This
PP module.
conference will now be recorded.
And once the products are received from the production line, you store it in the warehouse, which is again in the EWM. So you have PP EWM integration in the inbound side as well. Then the cheese products are finally shipped to the customer, which is HD EWM integration. So you know that when we don't have WM or EWM, then the inventory is managed at the storage location level. And in case you have WM, then the plant and storage location combination is connected to the warehouse, and you create a transfer order and transfer request, all the WM application, where you will see the stock at the bin level. In case of EWM, the WM warehouse is further connected into the EWM warehouse. Okay, so if you have EWM, all the setup you will do it here, and this E00, which is a WM warehouse, is just a bridge between your ERP and EWM. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, and then we have the organization structure for the EWM. So we have a warehouse within the warehouse which is divided into different storage types. The storage types are further divided into storage section, and the last spot where your products are stored is the storage bin. The quant is just the characteristics of the material. And in EWM, we have the additional concept of activity area, which is about grouping of the bins based on what all activities we are doing in that bin. Okay, so in case we do not have EWM, we manage the inventory at the storage location level. So suppose we have 100 units of cheese products at the storage location, which is at the IM level. When we do the EWM, then the 100 units will be divided across the bins. If you have three storage types, each storage type contains one bin. Then you might have 40, 40 and 20 out of that 100. And then 40 in the storage type will be further segregated into different bins. So this is the warehouse structure. When we have the truck containing the inbound shipment from the vendor comes in the warehouse, the truck will be standing at the door. From the door, you will do the unloading in the staging area, and in case of simple process, you will move the cartons directly from the staging area to the bins. In case of outbound process, you will withdraw from the bins, that is called as a picking, and move it in the outbound staging area. So truck will be coming here for the customer shipment. You will load the cartons into the truck. But in case of complex processes, suppose in one carton you are getting mix of two products, say apple and mango, and your warehousing requirement is that to store apple and mango separately. So in that case, you will move the carton into the work center, which is called as a deconsolidation. Similarly, if you want to pack the two different products in one carton, you can move it into the packing workstation. So these are the EWM structure where you will create the storage type, section and bin for door, a separate storage type for the staging area, a separate storage type for the work center, and so on. Then you have a yard management that is also a part of EWM, which is about managing the truck movements. As we saw here, the truck will come and stand at the door. So in case you have two doors or three doors and five trucks are coming at a time, so how you are going to manage the truck movement, that we will see in the yard management. Okay, and also we have an option to link the staging area and door together, say for the hazardous material, which will be handled separately, in a separate corner of the warehouse, you can link these two together so that when the truck comes, it will directly go to that particular place, and then there will be a set of different people wearing the PPE kits and everything for managing the hazardous products. And the work center, as we saw, we are going to do these additional activities on the pallets, on the cartons, that we are going to do in the work center, which is also having the same structure of storage type, section and bin. So the inbound process, it starts with creation of the purchase order and inbound delivery in the ERP, which creates another inbound delivery in the EWM. The inbound delivery notification is no more there in S4HANA. It was there in the R3 version, non S4. Okay. Similarly, if we talk about the outbound process, we have sales order outbound delivery, and it creates outbound delivery order in the EWM. So this inbound delivery and outbound delivery order, they have the EWM specific parameters. The request is no more there in S4HANA. And this inbound delivery or outbound delivery order are also called as a warehouse request. That means requesting warehouse to execute certain activities. What activities? That will be there in the task. Moving a product from staging area to the bin. That will be there in the warehouse task. If you have a WM background, it is a kind of transfer order. In case of no WM, it is IM manage. You will directly unload in the staging area and that's it. No further direction from the system. Okay. So in the good receipt process, the inbound process, your destination where you want to put the final bin will be determined based on your put away strategies, and in the outbound process your source will be determined based on your picking strategies, which will create a warehouse task which contains information about which product you want to move, how many units you want to move, from where you want to take and where you want to place. And every warehouse task will be having the warehouse order. So these are the EWM specific documents. Warehouse order, you can just correlate this with the pick list, right? That is a work package for the employee. So if I am a warehouse worker getting this order, I am responsible to execute the task which is linked to the order. If I am getting the second task, second order, I am responsible to execute these two tasks which are linked to the order. And these orders are created. The orders contain one or multiple tasks based on your warehouse order creation rules. So in the warehouse order creation rules, you have different filters. Okay, so just to give you the example, if you are a worker in the warehouse, then you can carry one carton. But there is a forklift operator who is able to execute 5 different cartons at a time. Correct? So if you have the warehouse order for the forklift operator, then the warehouse order contains 5 different tasks. And if the warehouse order is for the normal resource, then it will be having one task. Any question so far?
No.
Okay, then in the outbound process, we have the wave management and two-step picking. So you can see here the multiple trucks are coming, and in case you have a one product, the first truck requires 10 units, second requires 30 units, and third require again 10 units. Total 50 units are needed. So you have two options. Either the worker will go into the warehouse, pick 10 and load it into the truck. Go back to the warehouse, pick again 30, come here and load it into the truck. But if the worker has a capacity to pick 50 units at a time, then in the wave management and two-step picking in the EWM, we can configure as if the worker can pick 50 units, move it in the intermediate area, and then from here they will load it into the truck. Okay, and there will be a separate ERP and EWM data transfer models. So this SIF core interface, it is no more there in S4HANA because we have the business partner in ERP as well as EWM. But we still have the distribution model which needs to be set up for the transactional data transfer between ERP inbound delivery and EWM inbound delivery. Then we have a concept of WPT, which is warehouse process type. It is like a movement type we have in the ERP. For all the goods movement, we need a warehouse process type in the EWM. We have packaging specification, how you want to pack the product. You want to pack 10 bottles in one carton, or you want to pack 10 bottles in one carton and then 5 cartons in one pallet. So the packaging requirement of the warehouse will be addressed through packaging specification. Then we have yard management. It is about truck movement. So here we can see the truck comes at the gate, move it in the parking because the doors are occupied. Once the door is available, the truck from parking will move into the door, will complete the loading or unloading activities, and then they will leave from the checkpoint too. That is the yard management. So any questions so far? Okay, so this will be the course content. We will start with the scratch, the basics of EWM. Okay, so if you refer, so we will start with creation of storage location. Plant we cannot create because that requires setup from finance and all the modules. So under the existing plant, we can create two new storage locations. Within the two new storage locations, we will create a new warehouse, new EWM warehouse, and we will configure everything a brand new. Okay, so all the structural elements we will configure, the packaging specification we will set up. We will not use any existing warehouse design or configuration. We will set up everything for our warehouse. We have a warehouse process type. We will post initially good receipt and goods issue without handling unit. Then we will configure handling units and post the good receipt inbound and outbound process with HU. Then we have the storage control, which we saw here. If we are getting a carton and we want to split the carton, or we want to pack two different products in one carton, that will be in the storage control. Accordingly, we have process oriented and the layout oriented storage control. Then we have warehouse order creation rules that we have seen here. Based on that, we will control how warehouse orders are created, how we can have one or multiple tasks in the warehouse order. Okay, then we have the replenishment. These are all the internal warehouse activities. The replenishment, stock transfer, moving from one bin to another, physical inventory in the EWM. PPF is a new concept in the EWM. You can correlate this with the output determination in the regular modules MMST. There you have output determination. In EWM, we have action determination. Then the wave management and the two-step picking, which we saw there in the PPT. We have yard management. Then all the above process we will execute in the RF UI. So in the RF, we will be having a resource management, queue management, and RFID setup. And finally, we have cross-talking. So in case you have any questions in the course content, just feel free to let me know.
What is the cross docking?
Cross-talking is, here you can see, you receive in the staging area. From the staging area, you are moving it into the bin, correct? From the bin, you are picking and moving it in the outbound staging area. So cross-docking is without storing it into the bin, you will move directly from this 9010 to 9020. Okay, suppose you receive a
Okay.
in the companies called say Costco or Walmart, where they don't have any production. They receive the trading goods. The goods receiving from the vendor, they are simply changing the labels and shipping it to the customer. So they don't need to store it in the warehouse. In case you have already have a truck standing here and waiting for the product. So what is the need to store it in the bin and then pick from the bin? One worker, instead of storing here, he can directly take it and load it into the truck standing at the outbound door. That is a cross docking.
Thank you. And one more question. I mean, in for HANA system, it is not embedded, right? So basically, for practice or for regular kind of transaction processing, we have to have individual client for EWM, right?
No, no, as for HANA, we have embedded. I will show you. We will be getting this system. You go into the remote desktop. Okay, so you can connect directly from your personal laptop
In my
or
laptop, I have S/4HANA access for my
okay.
own practice and sandbox system for my client and all. So
Mhm.
that is latest version of HANA. So in that version, can I do the practice or I have to install EWM separately?
No, see, again, S4 HANA, we have the embedded EWM.
Hmm.
Okay, so you can, if you want, you can do the practice there only. Or if
No,
you
that is
want, you can,
basically mini EWM, right? That is not the full version.
no, no, for the full version, you need a license, right? The additional license is required from the SAP, which cost
Hmm.
extra.
Hmm.
Okay, so there are advanced EWM topics which requires
Hmm.
license, which are not available
Okay.
in your training system,
HANA.
not even in the
Uh,
project system.
uh,
In the project as well, the client will go for the license in case they want to
okay.
use the advanced EWM, correct?
Hmm.
Okay,
So
so here we can see,
if they take if the client will take advanced EWM license, then in one HANA system everything will be there.
right, in HANA, everything will be there in one system.
Because earlier as like SAP CRM, what we used to have that there will be two separate boxes kind of. One is ECC, one another one is CRM. So it will be not like that. If the client is taking all license in one box, then in HANA system, it I mean regular things will also work as well as EWM also work.
Right, so even without license, we can run the basic processes in the this training server. So I will show
Hmm.
you. Suppose we create a purchase order.
Okay.
Okay, okay, so the purchase order is created. Now, as I explained in the PPT, the storage location is the deciding factor. If it is EWM managed or it is IM managed. Okay, so if you put IM storage location,
IM
there
means
is no
inventory managed.
Correct. Inventory management.
Okay.
Then there is no warehouse number here. That means it is not EWM. But in case you put EWM manage, okay. So here then you can see the warehouse number is being populated. And once you save it, you can see it is distributed in the EWM. Okay, so in the non S4 system, you had to open another SAP for the EWM. But in the S4 HANA, you can directly execute the EWM transactions, PRDI. Okay, here you can put the inbound delivery number, and you can see the inbound delivery number is creating another inbound delivery in the EWM. This inbound delivery has its own document type, INB, which is EWM specific. In ERP inbound delivery, you have a movement type 101. Here you have a warehouse process type 1010. With reference to this, we will create a follow-on function warehouse task. You have an option first to do the good receipt, select the entry and do the good receipt. So once the good receipt is done, your inbound delivery will be completed. Okay, that means the goods are where in the staging area.
Hmm. Now we will transfer to bin.
Now you will transfer to bin by creating a warehouse task.
Hmm.
So the warehouse task can be created manually through the RFUI or can be created automatically.
Sorry, interrupting. Just for one curiosity. I mean, in case of earlier system, what I used to have. I mean, if WM is there, then we have to. I mean, execute the transaction LT01 like the transfer order, right?
Right. So when you had a WM, then you had to execute LT01 for transfer order. But in case you have EWM, then we don't need to execute the WM transactions. Okay. So here you can create a warehouse task. So you can see the warehouse order is created. As I said, every task will be having the order. So this order is about assignment to the resource. Okay. And this is a task where you can see you are moving from 9010 storage type. This is the bin to 0010 storage type, and this is a bin. 100 pieces you are moving for this product. If HU manage, then you can see the handling unit here. Okay, and you can confirm it. So once this one is confirmed, the stock will be in the final bin. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. If you want to see the stock,
Uh,
you can go into
Ashish,
monitor.
so is there any major difference between our regular EWM or in a HANA? Uh, in HANA in like there are no major difference. Like some tables are only updated. So in EWM as well, there is uh, like a regular differences, or there are some major difference.
Right, there are differences. Okay, so as we saw here, right, this is the inbound process. So this document, inbound delivery notification, is no more there in S4HANA. Similarly, outbound delivery request is no more there in S4HANA. But the terminologies remain same. Okay, there is no change in the terminologies, functionalities, capabilities, right? Everything remains same. It is little bit simplified and several new functionalities have been added. So every version of S4HANA, SAP has added some more features, some more functionalities to make our life simple based on the warehousing requirement. Okay. So any further questions?
Sir, good evening.
Yes.
Sir, actually, I just have two basic questions for you. We are actually from a core background, sir. So, my first question for you is, are there any prerequisites that we should do in order to attend this SAP module? Because we are very new to all this terminology, and if you want to learn something with related to this SAP, so what are the prerequisites that we should have, or can we gain some expertise by attending such kind of modules here? That is my first question,
No,
sir.
so the thing is that I am providing a separate training sessions for the people who do not have any SAP exposure. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
it is essential that you understand the SAP terminologies, SAP tables, SAP transactions, right? The navigation path, everything.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Okay, and
okay,
before directly coming into EWM, I mean it
okay,
will be good to have some knowledge on one of the core SAP module because
okay,
it is integrated. It is not a standalone model, right? It is
okay,
integrated with other SAP modules.
okay, sir.
For
Sir, if
example, in SAP MM, you have a movement type, okay, and in SAP EWM, you have a warehouse process type for the
okay,
goods
sir.
movement. Okay, so you
Okay,
need to
sir.
understand what is movement type and also need to understand what is warehouse process type. Okay, so
So,
those minor things you need to be aware of before you join the EWM.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. So we should join for an other session where like beginners like us should get first acclimatized with this SAP terminologies and this module, sir.
Right. So if you do not have any SAP background, then it will be unfair for you to club with the guys who already know the SAP. So we
Yes,
will
sir. Yeah.
be having a separate batch for the SAP freshers.
Okay, sir. Sir, one more thing is, are there any certification courses that we can do in this
Yes,
SAP?
certification courses are available. So you have certification for every SAP module.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay, but
Okay,
but
sir.
in India, the certification do not have that much value, right? Because the
Oh,
organization knows how the people clear the certification,
okay, 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 sir.
and it is advisable that you get comfortable with the system, right?
Okay,
Comfortable with the SAP, get
okay,
some knowledge and skill
okay.
set on the SAP modules, and then appear for the certification.
Okay, sir. Then how can we get the software in order to have a good amount of practice on SAP, sir?
No, so if you enroll for the training, then we will be providing you the software for 2 months.
Oh, oh,
Okay,
okay.
and
Oh,
and after that, if you want, you can extend it by paying the software cost. It will be
okay,
around 1600, 1700 to 1800 per month.
okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, okay. So the first 2 months we will get training, enough amount of training, and later on also, if we wish to have an extension for that, we can pay for the software.
Right. So
Okay, sir. Okay,
we can complete our trainings within 2 months. Okay.
okay,
It will be a 40 hours course.
okay,
And
sir.
once the training is done, if you want to practice more, then you can get the system. You can just extend
Uh,
the system, the same system.
Sir, is it a one-on-one online mode training kind of thing?
No, I am not providing one-to-one training because of limited time.
Okay, sir.
It will be a
Okay,
batch. At least we need minimum two people.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, sir. Okay. Uh, right, sir. Sir, thank you so much for answering my queries, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no
Soon,
problem.
soon
So
we'll be seeing for.
every session we are going to record. Okay. So you can go through
Okay,
the recording. Based on that, you can do the practice. And every next session, we will start with your queries.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
And it is
Ashish,
not like
weekend
we
class will be available, or I mean weekdays class? Sorry, interrupting.
uh, no, it will
Sorry,
be
sorry.
weekend mostly because weekdays everybody is occupied.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
In the weekend, what would be the possible timing, sir?
So based on the availability, we can either do it in the morning hours or in the evening hours. And again, we don't know, right? The people we have from the different countries. So accordingly, we
Oh,
need to adjust the time based on everybody's availability.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Uh, Sir, can we get this recorded videos of all your sessions, sir?
Yes, you can get in touch with Pallavi or Suhasini, right? And they will provide
Okay.
you the video, recording for this one, this demo session.
Okay, sir. Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So if no
Hi
further,
Ashish.
yes,
Is the in this course we are going to cover S4 HANA EWM or is just SAP EWM?
no, this will be the server S4 HANA 2020.
Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, I am from a web background, so I have nearly 12 years experience, so I can able to grasp right. So because I didn't have any functional core area idea.
Right. So, it, you will acquire a special skill if you get EWM, right? Because it is very rare to get ABAP plus EWM in the market.
Right, I know.
But you need to put
Okay,
some more efforts, right, to get the functional understanding.
Hello.
And you
okay.
are already
I
aware
hope.
of the SAP terminologies.
Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you, Ashish.
Yes.
Sir, what will the course duration period for freshers?
So it will be 40 to 45 hours.
So even though we don't know about the SAP, so the same duration for the experienced guys, or it will be some different training
No, the
session?
thing is that if you are fresher in the SAP, then initially 1 or 2 session, I will just let you know what areas you need to work on, correct? And based on
Mm-hmm.
that, you can go through the SAP terminologies and learn yourself.
Okay.
Okay. And we expect that you do more practice in the system. The experienced guys will put their efforts only on the EWM. Okay. But you need to put extra additional efforts to learn about the SAP navigations, tables, SAP terminologies, and everything.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. And then the advanced EWM topics you may not be able to grab initially. Okay, so that will be the kind of difference between the SAP experienced and the freshers. Even if I explain you about the advanced topics, it will be difficult for you. So instead of spending the time in the advanced topic, we would spend some time in the core SAP modules first, SAP MM or SAP ST like that, and then in the SAP EWM.
Okay.
Ashish, how much SAP knowledge will be required? Because I am a seasoned guy in SAP SD and ALE area. I have working knowledge of I know the steps, process, business process, but I am not comfortable with configuration level knowledge of So will that be a hindrance?
No, that won't be the hindrance because any configuration issues will be resolved by the SAP MM team. Okay, so you need SAP MM knowledge because you don't want to create a dependency with the SAP MM guy. In case you want to do the testing, then you should be knowing how to create a purchase order inbound delivery. Once your inbound delivery comes in the EWM, then there is no SAP MM dependency. Similarly, it is good to know how to create the sales order and outbound delivery. Okay, and then the basic errors which you come across during the purchase order creation, you will be in a position to resolve that. Okay, just for your practice.
Thank you. At the end of the training from your institution, any certification will be given. I mean, if I'm not doing SAP certification at the end of the training, if I can plan the certification little, I mean, little late basically. So in that case, will you be providing any certification from your end?
So I think yes, but you can get the confirmation from the institute.
Hmm. Okay.
Is there job assistance, Ashish?
No, I mean we can help to prepare the resume and everything. Okay, but for the job assistance, what kind of assistance you are looking?
No, means see, because even though I have a core experience more than 10, 12 years, but I am new
Mm-hmm.
in the SAP system, so I don't know how to get the calls or where are the vacancies
No, so once
on
your
that. So we
resume is
just
uploaded, once your profile is uploaded in the Naukri.com, then you will get getting calls, right? Daily you will get
oh,
2 to 3 calls, and then you can clear the interview.
okay.
Okay, so for every organization there will be 3 rounds. Okay,
Hmm.
technical, managerial, and HR.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to manipulate your profile as if out of 10 years, 7 years you are working in SAP.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah, hi Ashish. It's going to be both technical as well as functional, or specific to functional?
It will be functional plus the functional whatever the functional consultant do, right? No ABAP, no function modules, no user exit, no debugging. All the configurations, master data, the functional processes, right? EWM capability, everything functional. Okay.
Okay.
And another last question from my end, Ashish. I mean, for just for curiosity, I mean, for EWM, SAP EWM, there will be different kind of ABAP coding. As like SAP HR, we do have certain different kind of SAP ABAP. It is a little bit different from the regular one. So, or the normal one, what we have in ECC, that will work.
No, no, because what I have seen in the project, EWM ABAP is different from your regular ABAP.
Okay. And coming to the documentation, what kind of documentation you people will be providing us? I mean, SAP's press documentation PDF, do you have the access of that from your end, or any documentation of own documentation of the institute?
No, no, I mean, we have the documentation from SAP only. So all the PDF files, which is close to 2000 pages, everything we will provide.
And what will be certification assistance? Any kind of dump will be providing if we sit for the certification?
But why you want dump? You can go through the study material, right? Put efforts and clear the certification,
Definitely,
Right.
definitely.
right?
We should
So
not
what is the
Otherwise, if you,
what is the
it will
we
course
be,
should
fee?
not give more, I mean, emphasis for the dump. It may betray. That's true. Just asking.
So
no,
what
I
is the
will not
course?
encourage dump or proxy interviews and all those things. Okay, but that we can talk about it later, right? We cannot raise this in the public.
Correct, correct.
कोर्स फी क्या रहेगी सर इसमें?
So that you can check with the institute. I have no idea on that.
Okay.
Hi Ashish. Sorry, actually I get dropped out. My network issue. Sorry to repeat the question. Is how is going to be covered about technical and functional area will be covered, right, in terms of EWM?
No, no, only functional, right? No coding, no user exit, function models, nothing. Only the functional part.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so I have shared the course content as well. You can get it from the institute, uh, and you
Okay,
can go
thank
through
you.
it. In case you have any further question, then you can also connect that time as well through Pallavi or Suhasini.
So 45 hours course, how many month? I mean, 2 month or 3 month? If we have per week at least 2 days weekend
No,
basis.
so
How the
right. So if
plan?
you are doing
Typical plan.
only
What
the
is the
weekend,
typical plan?
So the typical, I mean, it is generally 2 months. So we will target to complete the training within 2 months. So if you go with the weekend, then maybe we can have some sessions during the national holidays, right? Or we can stretch during the weekend instead of 2 hours. Initially, we will go with 2 hours, and later on, once you are comfortable, we will go with 2.5 hours.
Okay.
So within 2 months or maximum 2.5 months, we will be able to complete the course.
And during the course, I mean, we will have the access of the system for 2 months. Post that,
Uh,
we have to give the rental.
right. After that, you need to procure the server.
Okay.
Okay. So if no further questions, then maybe we can close the demo.
Thank you, Ashish. It
Thank
was a
you
great.
everybody for attending that.
Thanks to all.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashish.
Thank you.